All right, so you're a new graduate. Congratulations on graduating. It's a hell of an achievement. The hard part starts now though, because you need to try and find a job in a world that really doesn't actually cater for graduates. The problem is you're in a vicious cycle. You need experience to get a job, and you need a job to get experience. How do we overcome this? That's what today's video is all about. So I'm going to give 5 job search strategies for new graduates so that you can get hired fast. This is not going to be your typical write a cover letter and have a good resume. Everybody does that. What can we do to stand out? How can we refine our strategy to increase our chances of success? 99% of companies do not have a graduate program, so you are up against it. And as such, we need to find entry-level jobs, internships, and ways into the job market to get a little bit of experience behind us. But first things first, if you're going to go out into the open market and try and get yourself a job or enter the job market, first thing is understand what you are selling. This might be difficult because, hey, you don't have much professional experience, but I guarantee you, you have an aptitude, right? You've qualified to do something, and that's already a very good guide as what you're likely to do. So if you're qualified in finance, you're likely to work in finance. If you're qualified as a doctor, you obviously will like to be a doctor. So naturally, your qualification will lead you to an aptitude, a place to look. An employer will see, this person is just qualified in this field, therefore they are likely to be a good fit here. All right, so that's the first logical place to start. Step number 1. Remember though, that they may look at your qualifications, but they're also going to look at what kinds of things were you doing as a student? In other words, what were you up to while life is fun? The reason why employers look at this is they go, this is the type of employee you are likely to be. If you were partying all the time, if you didn't participate in any other kinds of activities in college, if you didn't get involved in any causes, you didn't really play any sports, you weren't really involved in any societies, it hints that you're not really somebody who would potentially fit in an organization such as a company. So these kinds of things can hold you back a little bit. So when you're selling yourself, sell yourself on the good things that you did, the what I've done while life was fun that I can be proud of, okay? Those are very, very important in terms of bringing yourself across. So I did humanitarian work. I uplifted the communities around me. I was a part of a certain society. I was a captain of a certain team. These are things that show signs of certain types of leadership and other qualities that employers look for. I'm putting this one at number 2 because it is actually much more critical than just the general job search environment, but you need to learn to interview well. You've never interviewed before, in all likelihood, right? You may have interviewed to get into a certain program or whatever the case might be, but in terms of an employer interview, you have never interviewed before. So it is absolutely critical that you need to learn to interview well. I read on Reddit and other forums that are people, young graduates are talking about being turned down 20, 30, 50, 100 different times. If you continue to be bad at interviewing, these kinds of numbers will be possible. I cannot stress enough how important it is to learn to interview well. I've got a video about job interview tips. I will be releasing it next week, so look out for that because I think it's going to be very, very helpful. The third thing I want to advise you to do is to use the job search window to learn new skills. There are honestly thousands of YouTubers that are making a fortune that graduated college, and you know what they did? They had or they started a YouTube channel. Now, I'm not saying start a YouTube channel, that might not be for you. What I am saying is pursuing a hobby that could potentially make them money while figuring out what they wanted to do after graduating was in of itself the answer to what they wanted to do once they graduated. Matt Parr, 20 years old, and he's literally a millionaire from YouTube. He went straight from college and he made himself 9 YouTube channels. The most successful creators on this platform are all in their 20s or younger. There are many other opportunities to make money online. There are many other ways to monetize your natural talents and your natural skills. And never will you have a better opportunity. Look at me. Never will you have a better opportunity than when you're in your early 20s, living with your parents, you have no real responsibilities, you have no real bills, you've got an opportunity of a lifetime to move into this space. At my age, I'm an old man, I'm 35. If I want to move into this space, I cannot as easily because I have got a family, I've got a mortgage, I've got other responsibilities that I need to be able to pay for. To make that transition for me is far more difficult than somebody who's got no real living expenses. So bear that in mind. I'm not saying don't pursue the job market. I'm saying this is the time to have an open mind and exhaust all of your options. My next tip, and please don't make this job search mistake, leverage your network. Well, you're going to say, Matthew, I don't have a network. I've never worked. I know nobody. Yes, you do. You know your friends from college and their parents probably work in companies. Your parents probably work in companies. They probably know people that might know of an entry-level opportunity that might be suitable. Have the courage to speak up and to get your first foot in the door. I got my first foot in the door because one of my dad's clients was the financial director of the first company that I ever ended up working for. That got me the interview, so it put the door ajar and things started to move from there. Leverage that network. Don't be afraid to ask. A job search strategy is hard because you can do everything right and you can just not be winning. You can look for job search tips until the cows come home. You just might not be getting there. And that leads me to my fifth and final tip, which is be open to a foot in the door. An unpaid internship for 3 months or 6 months, yes, you're not getting paid any money, but you're getting contacts, you're getting experience, you're getting an opportunity to establish a reputation, you're getting an opportunity to learn skills. That is something you can do while still pursuing other job opportunities, so the job search window doesn't close, but you've now got an occupation and you're slowly improving your value proposition to the market. Keep an open mind. Worst case scenario, maybe your first job is unpaid or very low paying. But that is called paying your dues. We've all done it. It is something that is just a rite of passage or a way of life. So keep an open mind. This might be something that you need to be willing to do. And companies are obviously more open to people working for free or next to nothing for a bit of helping hands around the office. So naturally, there is more opportunity in this space, even though it doesn't seem that sexy right away. But trust me, I think the juice will be worth the squeeze in the long run. Good luck with your job search. I do not envy new graduates right now in 2021. I understand that it is hard. If you like this advice, my name is Matthew. I'm a career strategy and personal finance enthusiast. I post new content every Sunday. If you'd like to see more from me, then please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you soon.